Oh boy, we did open a lot of hockey.
Right. I'm not even sure if this is 2
Like
years
a buttload.
mixed together or...
What do you mean?
I'm not sure if we have 2 different years here mixed together, because like there's a lot of rookies. I guess there's a lot of teams in hockey. There's a lot of players. It very easily could just be 1 year, because it's spread across a bunch of different sets. Because we have a lot of stuff over on YouTube where people on this camera
Come check us out right now.
The people who can hear us through these sweet microphones. Yeah.
Hey ladies, how's it going?
So what's going on? You smoked a bowl, you're better now.
Yeah, I was really crashing back then.
Right.
Oh my god, I was dying.
These hockey cards are the
Back
mess.
in here.
You're getting back in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I was gonna say, we were talking about the history of the world part 2. Go check that out. Great show. You get some laughs out of it.
Oh yeah, you were still talking. That's right.
Right.
I forgot you were still here.
Anyways, what else is going on? They have a new Alien movie that's just started filming this month, or will be filming.
You told me that you don't know if there's a Sigourney Weaver or not.
I do not know, but there should be a Sigourney Weaver.
There should be a Sigourney Weaver, right?
Sigourney Weaver
Who's
should
put
be
it-
like a queen in the movie. She runs the aliens. She's just like boom.
Wow, what happened in the... Okay, so like I...
From the
Honestly,
4th one, because they mixed the DNA, right? In Alien's Resurrection. She had her alien, or her DNA mixed because she had the alien in her stomach, right?
Okay.
And when she died in the 3rd movie, she fell into the lava, and she had the the chest burster come out of her. So she
Okay.
falls in the lava, and then in the 4th one, she's resurrected with alien.
Resurrection!
Yeah, there you go. Name drop. And then that happens. Anyways, that'd be kind of cool if she comes back for this alien. Alien
I
franchise is
like
so
Sigourney Weaver.
good. She's in Avatar.
She's excellent. She had the afro in the 2nd one, the curly afro. It was awesome.
Yeah.
She's the best female.
She had a
action
poofy one in the
star.
1st one too, but she had the more tighter.
She's the best female action. She's way better than.
I would almost
than-
have to say she's almost the original female.
Oh, she is for sure the original. But she's
77. Sorry.
Yeah, but she's also the best. She's not just the
Well,
original.
79.
Because she is the original, especially as far as in a serial manner, where there's not just one
Yeah.
thing where some a woman was like the predominant actor in the movie, and it would happen to be action oriented. Like this was like a multi movies where everybody had it well received, not just critics, not just fans, not just the box office, but it was unanimous that Sigourney Weaver and the Aliens franchise were.
Yeah.
She was pretty top notch.
Yeah.
Good movies, good
No.
ambiance, good emotional type of drawing.
Excellent.
Like it was pretty all encompassing. Those were heavy movies. Those weren't just like simple surface level horror movies by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, no.
There was a lot of,
it was definitely a suspenseful horror.
and
thriller
she
kind of.
made a majority of that feel real, because she's not like an over actor or anything.
No,
She did a good.
I wouldn't say so.
Alien was a pretty
I would say
solid
she's in
franchise.
Ghostbusters.
Well, I like Sigourney Weaver and the Alien stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Excellent.
What's her name? Weekly. What's her
Ripley.
Ripley.
Ellen Ripley.
Right, Ripley.
That's just a
Weekly.
daughter.
Weekly. Shout
Weebly.
out Brad. Brad. would
Ellen
know.
Ripley.
Brad,
Weebly.
Brad knows that joke. The Weebly joke.
The
Shout
Weebly
out to-
joke.
Shout out to Brad. Brad.
Shout
That's I
out,
said
Brad.
the wrong. The right.
Shout out, Brad. Oh,
Shout out
you
to
said
Brad.
something you should have said, huh?
No. I just
Oh,
called her
okay.
Weebly when I should have known
The
it was
Weebly.
Ripley. And then I immediately know why I called her that. Because of a joke that Brad used.
Okay.
Shout out to him. I'm not going to explain it here.
Anyway, yeah, so it starts filming this month. Hopefully it'll be good. It's been a long time since an Aliens movie that came out that is good. Like,
Oh,
they
so it
had-
hasn't even started filming yet.
No, it
So
starts,
they haven't fully cast it yet, probably.
no, it starts filming this month. Like they had Alien Covenant, which was it was an okay movie, but
Did it make that sound when they made it?
It really
It
did.
made that sound?
It did.
Is that like the ooh? Is that like
Ooh.
that? That's like that sound?
Yeah, that and some other rumor news to cap off this movie.
Are
stuff.
you just starting these rumors? Or are you
I
like
am
a rumor
starting news
monger?
right now. Beetlejuice 2, of course, this has been in development hell for like 20 years, but
That sounds like a shitty place
But-
to be.
so the rumor mill is.
I'd rather be in like hand job heaven. Just say it rather than development
we wouldn't want to
hell.
be in hand job heaven. Than
Just development hell just sounds kind of whack. Anyways, go ahead.
So the rumor is Michael Keaton has signed on because Tim Burton's going to do it, and
Sign on the dotted line.
Phew, John Hancock, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, put his cock on it.
Since there was a big success with the Netflix series Wednesday that Tim Burton did, Jenna Ortega, the star of that,
How so? There's been
it's really good, received really good. It's been renewed for the second season.
it's Netflix. Tim
Netflix.
Burton.
Well, that's for the Wednesday show.
Oh,
That's
right.
Adams,
My son's watched that a couple of times.
So Tim Burton directed that. So she's going to come back, or Jenna Ortega is going to come to the franchise and play Lydia's daughter. So that's Winona Ryder's character.
Okay.
So she's going to be signed on. This is the rumor. She's signed on to play Lydia's daughter. Yes, in the rumor mill.
You are the
For Beetlejuice
rumor
2.
starter.
I would love to play or see Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice back.
I think everybody would. I think people have been waiting for that for 30 plus years.
Michael Keaton's back as Batman.
What happened then?
Back as Beetlejuice. This is the 80s all over.
Like, does anybody know what necessarily happened there?
There's been multiple sequels that were in production.
Right, but that's got to be with anything, right? Like, you get it over the hump for the paycheck. So, like, there's got to be more of a hang up than just like what we think on the surface level, because it seems so strange that Michael Keaton didn't really capitalize on that Beetlejuice bag, because that would have been a big fucking bag to catch.
This is what happened. This is what I believe happened. It's the same thing that happened with Tim Burton's Superman movie. Because I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers did Beetlejuice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but we didn't need a Superman like in that specific timeline,
No,
so you could justify putting it off. But like,
there's a sequence of events that could lead up to this.
Beetlejuice had to be Keaton. It couldn't have been somebody else.
No, it couldn't have been.
You couldn't have just put some other douchebag in the Keaton job as Beetlejuice in '92 and got it over. But in '92, as Beetlejuice, it was Michael Keaton. It could have been an ass movie and made right, but if it's the second one, I'm saying, because we know the first.
It had to have been.
They didn't, and they didn't capitalize on that, getting that bag. It's always seemed to me like there's more to that story.
There is, and this is what I was going to explain to that is no, because Tim Burton had a good line of movie, or a good string of movies that came out.
So okay, right, like Edward
Scissorhands, Batman Returns,
lots of good stuff.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Burton was a gangster.
First, exactly. So, what happened when he got issued to do the...
Burton did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, he did.
Which, in retrospect, now is like iconic.
Very iconic.
People still rock that shit now.
So, even though he had a string of hit movies, the Warner Brothers had a string of flops.
Fail.
Exactly. So, they took a safer approach instead of investing in iffier projects such as like... Beetlejuice 2 or another Superman movie. So they started investing in more down-to-earth kind of satire dramas. So that led to the downfall of Superman and probably the downfall of Beetlejuice 2 in this
People put up these like self-imposed wax safety nets where like they think they're doing themselves a favor, like steering away from something that's gonna print money. Like, you should still give your audience what it wants. Like,
oh, absolutely.
You don't have really too many legs to stand on when it comes to taking these like ideological or religious or whatever it happens to be type of stances on the company dime, because eventually what happens is sentiment turns and then revenue turns, and all of a sudden you're out on your ass, and they're bringing somebody back in to try to right the ship that's a little bit more open to it all.
Just back on.
Because if you've got a good kids show, do a good kids show, and if you've got a good this, do a good that. And why does it have to? I don't understand why one or the other defines you as a good or bad human being. Like, you could just do a more violent something or other, because if that script or something calls for it, it's not like you're shoehorning it in. You're doing it because that's the story. And that's the way the story was creatively conceptualized. So you're just exploring that story in the visual medium of film or television. And if it has violence, it has violence. If it has nudity, it has some nudity. If it has none of that and it's a loving, romantic story, or a story about a child with cancer overcoming the odds and making the soccer team, whatever it happens to be, as long as it's contextual to what you're trying to present, and it doesn't seem like you're reaching or trying to shoehorn things in, don't understand why these companies aren't willing to just mix and match to try to satiate the box office.
I think it's just
Beetlejuice 2 was a lot of lost money.
Oh yes,
that's lost money.
It's a lost franchise. It definitely is, and I think
because dude, how many people? I mean, here we're talking about it for a bit. We're talking more about the X, Y, Z's than we're talking about.
Yes,
we're talking about the actual franchise.
I think
there's not much more to say.
No, I think it's just too many people got their hands in the honeypot, sort of say, that are just muddies the water, so a person can't even really get off their original version of the movie.
Yeah,
I think that's why it sucks. That's why there's no good.
You think people become gun shy? Is that what you're saying? Like creatively gun shy, where they got absolutely. The yips,
there is
and
no
they don't want to. Oh no, but I'm saying, do you think they've become creatively gun shy, where they've got the yips and they're saying like, I don't think I can top the first one, so I'm gonna like stifle it, tie my shoelaces together, and like trip and be like, oh, I don't know, fuck all this false starts. Because I don't think I can top it.
No, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's almost the exact opposite. I think you get the bigger budget, right? So there's more money involved, more investors, and the more investors get involved, the more hearsay they have.
So why haven't these cucks done it then?
I don't know.
What's their problem?
Tim Burton's on the case right now.
Fucking dude, you had 30 years, dude. You're gonna be dead. Tim Burton's gonna die of old age.
He's dead up there.
And have not made another Beetlejuice. Like it's a strange thing to like die on the vine.
Do another Beetlejuice and another Batman movie and another PB. Let's do another PB movie too.
I mean, we'll never be able to get Batman with Michael Keaton in the same sense that we would have had it, but like. You could do
Flash. Give you.
What about doing Batman Beyond, where you've got the other guy as the Batman, and Batman's an older dude, and that could be Michael Keaton as the older Batman.
Mill of something going on.
That would be dope.
Yeah, for like years now, they've had a rumor of a Batman.
What's his name? What's Batman Beyond?
Yes, something. I can't remember.
I can't think. No, I can't think of his name.
Not Alec Guinness.
Doesn't know. It's not Alec Guinness. No. I always think Nigel McGuinness.
Roberto McGuinness.
Either way, he's
I think he'd be dope.
I think that would be an excellent way to bring Keaton back into the fold and have older Batman without having him having to go through the fight scenes, but have him still be able to do the acting and be the Batman character, kind of mentor Buddy a little bit. Yeah. And you let on, because everybody loves that suit's awesome, the black suit with the sharper points and the horns and the red logo, like good character, man. Comic books have been
red logo.
Isn't that Batman Beyond? Doesn't he have the red?
Oh yes, that's right. He does have the red logo on the chest.
Yeah, he's got the red logo on the chest. That's Batman Beyond's a gangster, bro. That would be dope. I would be super into that. Red logo, he says.
Right, no. Red logo. But no, he does have
the red logo. Yeah.
Red logo.
He's got that song.
I think Batman Beyond would be a pretty cool movie. Take place in the future, be like kind of cyberpunky.
It's not too much more in the future from right now, right? I mean, I don't know if they gave like a real specific year or date.
Well, Batman's an old guy.
He's an older guy, but Michael Keaton's an old man now. They started writing that Batman Beyond shit in the goddamn 90s. But Michael Keaton was almost still Batman.
No, that's definitely true. I think I would like to still see Michael Keaton play Batman.
I could have swore I had this guy out on the table.
Let's see, what's his name?
Philip Kershaw.
Philip Kershaw, huh?
Black there. Look at that. See that? If you were they were watching me, it looked like I was like lost for the last I was stuck here 90 seconds where I'm just I was talking to you, but I was just like my body was paralyzed, like I was having a stroke. Because I'm like going through these piles going like, this son of a bitch is on the table somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's not most of the table.
You can't hide from me. You can't hide from me. I found you. I found you. Some of these guys.
Peekaboo. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Son of a bitch.
Damn.
I got you.
Damn.
So yeah, Beetlejuice lost money.
That's unreal anyways. I think
lost money.
So much money. That franchise lost a lot of money. Yeah. Warner Bros. Lost a lot of money without Nick Cage as Superman. That would have been cool too.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so Nick Cage, people keep on asking, why don't you come back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Come back to the MCU.
Nick Cage?
Yeah.
But he was a terrible Ghost Rider.
But people
You
ask
don't want him back there. That's not a good place for him.
But do you know what his answer was?
He's not welcome, I would imagine.
No.
Probably the answer.
No, he says, I don't need to do it. I'm Nick Cage.
Right, that's true. That's smart. You know what? That's probably him defending the fact that he knows that he's not going to do anything but harm if he comes back and he does that. Because it's not healthy to... That's not going to be a crowd that's going to be accepting of his wacky antics. Cage has to be doing stuff where he's a leading man and has kind of some say in the creative approach to things, because he is a bit of an eccentric.
He's unique.
Right. He's not a bad... It's not like you can't just implement him in the MCU and then let him kind of just like go rogue and do what he wants every shot, because I think it's very systematic. I don't think those approaches to those movies are like where there's a lot of improv. You have guys that have like a lot of creative flexibility. Yeah. I think they have a very like ABC structure where you just like say these lines in this context. And Cage is very much someone who I think lets like leave the camera rolling for a bit. And he just kind of riffs on it.
Just goes with it, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't think the MCU crowd would really appreciate him in the same way. I think his best bet is to stick with doing what he does.
I agree.
Which is being the leading man in Cage-oriented movies, where other people come in and they do what he does. Like an Andy Kaufman, or there has been a bunch of people throughout to Pee Wee Herman. You're not going to get the best version of, what's his actual name?
Paul Rubin.
Paul Rubin. You're not going to get the best version of Paul Rubin if you try to take that Pee Wee character and put it into your stuff on your terms. No. Pee Wee character needs to be done where Pee Wee is the focal point, and we play to the strengths that Paul Rubin developed as the Pee Wee character. Then you get that best version of Paul Rubin and Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. So you can't really do that unless you're accentuating people's... So Cage is very much an acquired taste.
You gotta let him blossom.
Who's the most eccentric actor they've had, even in the MCU? When we're talking about guys really, like, what? Sam Jackson, Benicio del Toro.
I wouldn't even see those guys. Like Sam Jackson's not really eccentric.
But he's kind of I mean, for the MCU,
maybe Del Toro.
He's a lot more than fucking Chris Evans or Hemsworth,
absolutely.
or Paul Rudd, or
I couldn't even think. Maybe he is the most eccentric person.
Benicio del Toro, because he's the collector or whatever.
Yeah, I put the collector. I couldn't think of somebody.
I mean, I'm sure there's some. Maybe what's buddy? That's the bullshit Mandarin. Kingsley, maybe in the Iron Man. He plays bullshit Mandarin.
You think Kingsley?
Ben Kingsley's a pretty eccentric guy. Like he does.
You think so?
He's got a wide range. He's got a wide range.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like super wide range.
Yeah.
Like he plays a lot of.
But Ben Kingsley's
very theatric.
He is. But Ben Kingsley is not Nick Cage. Ben Kingsley could take you and remind you he's not Ben Kingsley.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Nick Cage cannot do that. Because Nick Cage was always in every character.
That's what I'm saying to you. You're making my argument. That he is so...
Nick Cage.
He is so unique that he's got one type of vehicle that he can...
And it almost works for everything, doesn't it?
It does. It's like John Wayne. You're not going to be able to take John Wayne and put John or Elvis. You know, put Elvis in some ensemble. You know how many movies Elvis did? Elvis the Star. It's Elvis featuring some. That's what Cage is. He is this. He is this unique thing that you have to execute but he knows that, I think. I think it's movies like Ghost Rider that kind of woke him up to the idea that he's not.
The second Ghost Rider, he was good in that one, I thought. He acted more crazy in that.
Right, he did, but it's not suited for Ghost Rider.
You don't think so?
Ghost Rider doesn't act like that. Like, it's not suited for Ghost Rider. Cage has done a lot of other good movies, but you have to let Cage come in, I think, with a lot of say involved. Because then he's feeling it and can really, like, put it together rather than you giving it to him and him, like, disseminating it. He's not very good as, like, a messenger where you just give him information and he's like, here's the dialogue. He's a lot better when he's on board of the actual production and he's like, I love this character. I would love to play this character. I love this script, because then he kind of like embodies it. He becomes, like you said, he becomes that crazy thing.
He does.
But he becomes it in a way that seems kind of organic. It's ridiculous, but it's organic. He's not playing with us.
No, that's
he's gnarly.
That's just his performance.
He's super hit or miss, but gnarly nonetheless. Love Nick Cage.
Oh, dude.
No bullshit. I'll take all the smoke from people who want to be like, Nick Cage, he's garbage. Like, you're garbage.
Right.
You're absolute garbage.
Whoever disagrees.
I talked to your mom, and your mom told me you're garbage. That
she even signed it.
That she regrets you. Right.
Garbage.
She wrote it on my balls.
He's got donkey brains too.
Yeah. So like, fucking Nick Cage is great.
He is. He's a national treasure, I would say.
He's amazing.
He's
hilarious.
At all costs.
People can't, you can't quantify the level of entertainment that he's brought to the lives of so many people until you stop and like really look at it and realize how many things you know him from, that everybody knows him from. And there's so much of it that you know him from because it was entertaining at the time you watched it. Whether it's corny now is another conversation. But he is an evolving organism. He is not like like you said, Ben Kingsley can act like you don't know it's Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley's a great actor.
He is.
There's no question about that.
He's
great actor. Nicolas Cage is like, he gets like possessed sometimes, where his shit is not acting. It doesn't seem like he's like, where you're like, damn, dude, this guy's lost his ever-loving fucking mother.
This is 100% authentic Nick Cage right here in this
Psycho.
moment. Unbridled Nick Cage.
Unbridled Nick Cage, right.
Right, no, that's very true.
Nick Cage raw.
Oh, I would go see that.
Well, I think we've seen it a few times in a few movies. I think Cage has kind of gone above and beyond past where a lot of people, look at these cards are starting to like encompass. You ever seen that Tales from? Ever seen that Creep Show? Not Tales from the Crypt. You ever seen the Creep Show movies?
Yeah.
Like all the anthologies from the 80s. Have you seen those? Like the Stephen King, which I don't like Stephen King, but like that's what this is. Like where the like comet lands, and he goes out into the backyard and he touches it and it burns his fingertips, and then over the course of days the moss starts to grow and grow until it like overtakes him entirely. Some sort of like moss from another planet. Right.
I wonder
except no He-Man, no Teela.
You don't get no superpowers from that.
No, there was no Eternia, no She-Ra, no Skeletor, just Moss. Just Stephen King, who I don't really like either.
He could have turned into Moss, though.
He could have turned it. Yeah, I was fine with him dying. It was scary as a kid, though.
Nice.
It's like what's happening with the hockey rookies, though. Kind of slowly just being encompassed like a hoarder. Going to be overtaken.
Do you know that Creepshow has a new show? Well, it actually has been out for a little bit. I think they have like 3 seasons on.
When you say Creepshow, those people are probably not even alive anymore that did that.
No. It's a new show. It's a new show. It's on Stutter or Shudder.
You using the name, but probably not the same people.
No, it's like, okay, so you know the comic book, like
right?
Show.
Yeah.
So it has like, it's kind of like Tales from the Crypt. It has like the Creepshow guy like gives you your ticket. He opens a book. Tells you time.
Yeah. I know.
So like, it has nothing to do with like the original movies or anything.
Oh, okay, just a brand, right?
Reimagining.
That's cool.
It's done pretty good. I've watched a couple things when I had it was like a free month of Shudder. So I binge watched some Creepshow. It was
nice.
Pretty good.
That's not too bad. What's Shudder?
It's like a horror streaming service. It's very cheap. It's like up here in Canada, it's like $6 a month, and you get access to multiple originals, old, modern, vintage, all types of horror movies, ghosts, zombies, supernatural.
Right on.
It's good if you like horrors. I would definitely go check it out. If you like comic books, come check out bigmoviecomics.com.
Right, plug that page.
Action figures.
Give them a plug. That's a good one.
Slabs and raw books.
Hand jobs.
We'll give it to you raw.
We'll give it to the hand. Yeah, raw hand jobs.
Why not?
Spit on it. That's an extra $5.
Now the first one's
work
a
up
courtesy
a good phlegmy one.
We'll give you a first courtesy spit on the house.
First courtesy spits on the house.